So now that we've prepared our traps, we have to think about what we're going to do to maintain them and to maximize our yellow jacket trap catch. You know, it's not as simple as a set it out and forget it program, but on the other hand, it's not that hard. So I'm going to tell you some really easy steps that you can use to maximize your trap catch to ensure that you have a yellow jacket free summer. Okay, now that we've had the traps out, there's really two things that we need to be thinking about moving forward with our program. One is how often to refill our jars, and then two, how do we adjust our spacing to maximize that trap catch to find those flight patterns. It's really easy and really simple. So let's first talk about the jars themselves and refilling them. So much is going to be dependent upon the weather that you have. What I like to try to do is I like to take a trap and put it out in the sunny area, and I like to watch and see how much evaporates. We know we have 1.5 inches of liquid in there to start, and we're making sure that we still always have at least half in there. So as evaporation takes place, we're going to add more mixture back in. It could be a week, it could actually be up to 2 or 3 weeks, depending upon whether you've got 60 or 70 degree temperatures like in the fall, or if you have 90 or 100 degree temperatures in the deep of the summer. That's what you're going to think about from refilling. Now, the most important part. Now that we're refilling the traps, where do we do with our spacing? Now, when we started our program, the trap that's 3 down was where it was 20 feet. And there was 20 feet spacing. That trap down there, that third trap, actually caught yellow jackets 2 weeks ago. And we came back, and of all the traps that we had 10 traps out here, only 2 of them were actually catching. So we took traps from areas that were not catching yellow jackets and we moved them in, and we grabbed 2 traps and we moved them into position 2 and position 3. And what is amazing is this is the trap that's catching. This one actually has about 10 yellow jackets in there over the past week, and this one has about 6, and that one has 2. And so here's our flight pattern followed by this. And if we had not done that, we would have only had maybe 2 or 3 down there and we would have missed it. That's what makes trap catches go up from maybe 2 to multiples of 10 or 20 times what we would have caught otherwise. So you may ask yourself, why 20-foot spacing? And if we have 3 traps that are catching, why would we need 10 traps to start out with when we have 3 down here? Well, there's a couple things. Number one, these are not the only spot in this 200-foot length that has caught. So we have another area down further where there again are 3 traps all tightly together in a 10-foot area. So we have 6 traps out of 10 that are actually catching the majority of our yellow jackets. Now the other traps are still out there because flight patterns can change over time. The other thing that is so very important is what happens next season. You could very easily fall into the mistake of just putting the traps where they all caught, these 2 different positions. And that would be a real big mistake. You want to start out next season with that same 20-foot spacing because flight patterns can change. Where the yellow jackets are in the environment can change. And so next season, the traps that catch could be very different. So 20-foot spacing to start the season, usually in the beginning of July when yellow jackets generally begin, is when we want to put the traps out. 20-foot spacing and then adjusting to these areas, and then you're going to have an amazingly awesome program catching tons of yellow jackets. So now that you know the important things that you need to remember to make a yellow jacket program successful, you too can have a program running successfully year after year, protecting your family and perhaps your business from yellow jackets so that you have a yellow jacket free summer. If you need more information, I encourage you to visit our website at cooperpest.com, or you can give us a shout at 800-949-2667. To your yellow jacket free summer, have some fun.